right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of Leaper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How's everyone doing, huh? I'm doing okay. Definitely been better. I have that seasonal crud going on. That flu season time, not the Ronas. Just a little influenza. Nothing bad though. Feeling good enough, actually. I figure a cigar wouldn't be too bad. But I was excited about doing tonight's episode. We just finished up the EMS War Stories restart. I might be doing some more war stories here throughout, just kind of weaving and working them in. But I kind of wanted to move on to the next greatest and bestest thing. Well, first, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Wild Hunter from Oscar Valdez. Beautiful cigar, great draw. He has by far now become my favorite cigars. He cannot make a miss in my book. Every one of his cigars I've had, I've absolutely loved. I look forward to the next ones that come out on the line. Seeing what he comes up with. The drink might be shocking. Water. So it's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. It is the season of Lent. That's right. Time for 40 days worth of asceticisms, sacrifice, prayer, almsgiving, to get you ready for the death and resurrection of Jesus. So, I've given up alcohol. I did not give up cigars. I only smoke about one cigar a week, sometimes two. But the alcohol was getting a little thick. I was drinking every night. I mean, not like pass out drunk, but, having a beer, having a rum and Coke. So I think it was a pretty good thing to dial that back. So there will be no beers for the next few episodes. Hopefully you don't mind too much. Still some good content and, like I said, good cigars. I picked the Oscar Valdez cigars. I absolutely love these. They're very, very good flavor. And sometimes the beer can mess with the flavor of a cigar. Not make it bad necessarily, but it can alter your smoking experience. I thought, hey, why not? We will smoke some Oscar Valdez's during Lent so I can just really focus in on the flavor of the cigar and not have it messed with any of the beverages I might have with it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love pairing stuff together. But yeah, this next 6 weeks, give or take, we're going to be talking about religion. I do like to work that in. If any of you guys remember talking about the Bible passage about heaping coals, praying for your enemies, and by doing that, if they don't have a change in heart, that you'd be essentially heaping coals, hot burning coals on their head. Let's talk about religion. I am very, very religious. I have a very strong faith, a very strong belief. It's something I try to impart onto my children. The need for faith, the need for religion and belief. It started when I was quite young. I don't know. I've always been a believer. I have had some times when maybe I was questioning, but nothing major. I've had plenty of tragedies I've been up against. I guess what it kind of boils down to is when I was quite young. Now, I remember this happening. Whether or not it actually did, I talked to my brother and a couple of my cousins, and some of them think they remember it too. There's a story that goes, so in my family lineage, we actually have a lot of priests, a lot of nuns. And one of my uncles would boast that if any of my lineage, I won't say my last name in this video, becomes a priest and goes to the Vatican, they can actually have a meeting. They can actually visit the Pope and have an audience with the Pope. Because apparently, according to... Oh, I don't know why that light just died. What's going on here, folks? That was weird. According to my grandmother and my great-uncle, our last name is quite well known for having a lot of religious members. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. I do remember my grandmother talking about how one of the males, she had all the males sitting down, needed to become a priest, and that she'd be willing to pay for one in my generation to go to seminary. And I'm not going to lie, I was tempted for a little while. I got really into... I have no idea why that's shutting off. It's got plenty of battery. Sorry about this, folks. That's annoying. We'll just leave that on and see what happens. Oh, I see why. Okay, the battery got cold. Sorry about that. We're going back to the El Tradicional. The battery's dying. I should have known better than to use this battery. It's been sitting out in the garage, so my guess is it just got cold. But anyhow, show must go on, right? So yeah, I was tempted. I was really into retreats and Bible study. When I was younger, that was some of my favorite things to do, was to go on religious retreats and get closer to God. I even, when I was in my teens, I went through an episode where I thought I was going to die. I had this feeling that I had contracted a disease and I was just going to die at a very young age. It wasn't true. I knew better. I know better. But as an early teen, early mid-teen, I thought I was going to die, and I got comfort from prayer. I started praying every night. I started wearing a brown scapula. Because if I was going to die, I wanted to go to heaven. That experience made me a lot closer to the church and to God, because I was really facing what I thought was my imminent death. Spoiler alert, didn't die. I did consider going and becoming a priest for a little bit. Even attended a very intense retreat for discernment, specifically to discern what you wanted to do and discern, hopefully, to become a priest. It was a lot of prayer. It was a lot of seminars and lectures as people talking about their lived experiences, so on and so forth. And I did have a revelation that that's not where God was calling me to do. I felt more he was calling me towards being a paramedic, and he was calling me towards starting a family, having kids. Well, I like to think that I am definitely doing well with what I believe God was telling me to do. As you all know, I became a paramedic, and I have a lot of kids who seem to be doing pretty good. They're healthy, they're happy, all that good stuff. So I'm going to count that as a success. But, you know, I am still very religious. I love talking about religion. I actually warn people that I am pretty cool and pretty chill about talking about my religion, my faith. But I warn people, I can pontificate. I can preach. I've done a lot of study. Went to a lot of those defending being Catholic, defending Catholicism. If me and you sit down for a pint, or not even a pint, I'll tell people this. I really do believe that, it's I'm not a Christian, I'm a Catholic, I'll tell people. Because there are a lot of Christian religions that I don't agree with. Their practices, their beliefs, and whatnot, they, in my opinion, miss the mark quite a bit. So again, I'm Catholic, I'm not Christian. You have a pint or two with me, and I'll tell you, those other religions are just pagan religions. They don't have the right beliefs. And I'll talk more about that on this series. Very controversial, right? I do love good fire and brimstone homilies. And that's one of my problems, actually, just a little preview. One of my problems with some of the religions who basically say as long as you say certain words or whatnot, you're going straight to heaven. I don't believe that. And we'll talk about that coming up over these next few weeks as I talk more and more about religion and whatnot. I didn't bring it. I am going to pray my rosary here tonight. That's the other thing I kind of took up. Again, Lent is not just about sacrifice. It's about picking stuff up. I've been trying to pray the rosary every day for these 40 days. Going pretty good. I'm doing all right. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that here. Maybe with or without the cigar, I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll finish my cigar, then go say my rosary, but I definitely have to do that tonight. Well, anyway, folks, this is what you're in for. I know I'm risking probably losing some subscribers because religion really is one of those things that's quite taboo. I do ask that you sit through and listen to this series. I'm going to defend my position and defend why religion is the best thing for society. And kind of talk about some of my perspectives with it. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go enjoy my Oscar Valdez cigar. Wonderful cigar. If you want to pick up some no-fail sticks, Leaf by Oscar, or any Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valderas, I think is actually how you pronounce his name. Beautiful, wonderful cigars. Well worth the investment. Well, anyway, folks, hope you're all staying safe out there. I hope you join me in this journey about religion. And we'll see you on the next one.